who is my friend from South Vrindavan. He stays in South India, but we met in Kerala in 2016 for the inauguration of South Vrindavan temple. And he was a very big support from since then we are connected. Thank you, Mananda Prabhu. Just if you can mute yourself, it would be nice because uh, if you mute, then no sound will come from your side. Is that okay, Mananda Prabhu? You can unmute yourself to talk if you want. Everybody can hear me? Kailash Vasi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes, Prabhuji.
okay, you can hear me. Okay, so we are going to start now a very important topic. That is specialization in sadhana. So when we are talking about specialization in sadhana, we are actually talking about. So yesterday we read about Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, then Archanam. And when the Archan came, then Archan has given us more elaborate explanation that anything which seems like Vedi Bhakti can have the twist of Raganuga Bhakti in it. It's like you're seeing that it's too hot. And as a Vedic sadhaka, you would like to feel, oh my God, Lord must be feeling so hot. So let me offer him thandai in the night. So to offer thandai to the Lord, you will take cold milk, right? And then you'll mix it and you'll offer to the Lord. But along with that, for your own self, you had made some, suppose, kadai paneer and some chapati or something for yourself, which you offer, definitely offer to the Lord. So, but now, like it's time, it's too late, and you want to offer both the things together. So, do you think that kadai paneer or kadi chawal, with so much of masala and everything, will go with thandai? Of course not. So you will have you always have this understanding. What understanding? That whatever I'm offering, है ना? Whatever I'm offering, it should be relevant. It should be relevant to the time, place, and circumstances. For example, you cannot offer lassi with nimu pani. Because if you will have lassi with nimu pani, what would be the condition of your stomach? We should always use, for worship, we should always use copper. We should always use brass, copper, bell metal, or silver for the worship of the Lord or for the seva of the Lord. But suppose if you don't have that, then sometimes we use steel, which is okay, but we should always use these utensils. But you cannot. The tamba means copper. You cannot offer milk in the copper to the Lord because you know that the copper, if the milk goes in the copper, it will become poisonous. Another thing is that you will never offer, or you cannot offer, or you should not offer anything sour into brass because it creates a green, some green kind of color into it, or yogurt and all these things doesn't go with that. So in that case, you should use silver for something, or bell metal for everything, because bell metal does not react with any kind of food. That's what people used to eat in bell metal. So why I'm telling you, because this is what these things are like, small twist which can make you a very bhakta or a Raganuga bhakta. For example, our acharyas have not touched anything from the Vedi Bhakti. Only he said that we are not supposed to do 5 things. पहला मथुरा पहले सॉरी ये द्वारका ध्यान, देन उसके बाद रुक्मणी ध्यान, राइट, हाँ, देन अंगन्यासा, then the mudras, and then they said what? Swaseva, like worshipping your own self, worshipping oneself. Huh? So these things are not allowed as a Raganuga Vaishnava for us. So why I'm being so slow? Because people they complain that I'm often very fast. So I'm trying to be very slow so that you can also have the proper understanding and you will not miss out anything. So very beautifully the realization is given that when you're offering the lamp is the burning heart of yours with the ghee of devotion into it, and like you're offering it to the Lord. And if you're going more deeper, then you can maybe think that Radharani is offering to the Lord. As I told you one time, very interesting story of one of the Babajis. He was Advaita Das Babaji Maharaj from Barsana. And he told his disciples uh, that whenever the kirtan, whenever you're performing kirtan, or whenever you're singing kirtan, whenever you're offering kirtan to the Lord, you should think that actually your Guru Maharaj uh, you can listen to the class again because it's getting recorded. Anyways, so he said it's very important that whenever you're doing a kirtan, you should always think that actually your Guru Maharaj is doing kirtan and Nityanand Prabhu and Mahaprabhu are dancing in the front of the kirtan and you're just assisting him. So when we have such bhav, then we can actually have the Leela Smaran when we are performing the kirtan. Very simple. We can make a list. Definitely, we can make a list of all these things which can help us to actually be conscious, not about Raganuga Bhakti, or it's not that Raganuga Bhakti. I will not say that this is Raganuga Bhakti not to offer, in the copper vessel. It's a general understanding that you will not take milk in the copper vessel. So why to offer to the Lord? You know what I mean? So it's not Raganuga Bhakti, but this is like conscious Bhakti. In other words, you can say. And Prabhupada said before being Krishna conscious, we have to be conscious. And the consciousness is very important. It's very, very essential and very important, especially when we are performing the Vedi Sadhana Bhakti or even Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. So everybody has their own Siddhant, like different sampradayas, they have their own books which they follow to worship. For example, Hit Harivansh people they follow Hit Churasi. In that 84 different uh payars are there. It's like only one lila which is going on, and the lila is represented, or the emotions of the Lord is mentioned in every different uh, padas. Same way we have Kelimal in the Haridasi Sampradaya. In that 102, I think, padas are there, and every pad has like my re sahaj jodi prakat bhai. It starts with there that this the very beautiful divine couple has appeared in front of me, and then Haridasi is singing everything, the different pastimes of the Lord, that in the same particular situation, he's mentioning that how they are being together. Chinu na taro, ho na itut, raho ek hi tano. They're like so much together They're not even for the single second separated from each other. Very beautifully explained, but it's like, going on and on for 104 shlokas, I guess. Yeah, 104 padas are there mentioned. So it's mentioned in every pair, different way of Radha Krishna or Radha Sham or Priya Pritam are being together. But as a Gaudiya Vaishnava, we have our Siddhant called Ashtakaliya Leela Smaran Padati. So Ashtakaliya Leela Smaran Padati is like breaking the day, 24 hours, into 8 parts. And that is called Ashtakaliya Leela Smaran. It's very difficult to understand this Ashtakali Leela Smaran because uh, our acharyas have given us only the sutra. You know what is the meaning of sutra? It is a formula. How formulas I'll explain you. And then some of the acharyas they have written the tika on it. They have written tika means that they have written their own manjri bhav realization that what is going on, how is it going on, and then they've been so much deep and so much they've explained everything in a very elaborate way. For example, I've given a sutra to you that meditate on Radharani cooking for Krishna. Now, if Kailashvasi will sit and he will start meditating on it, he will see, oh, Radharani is cooking dalma, oh, she is cooking rice, oh, she is cooking shukta, she is cooking shak for the Lord. Another hand, Mahananda, if he is meditating on Radharani cooking for Krishna, his mind will go idli, sambar, rasam, chutney, uh, naril ki chutney, the green chutney, red chutney, or sambar vada, or maybe uttapam, like that. And if Kalamati Mataji is mentioning, then she will be thinking about Rajma Chawal, Chole Chawal, or maybe like, Chinese, ये कहते हैं माताजी Chinese idli. So try to understand that when we are, every acharya is different, and every acharya has his realization in a different way. Suppose if any Westerner devotee is doing that, he might be thinking, oh, I'm just not cooking only the different sabzis, but I'm cooking some soup for the Lord also. Oh, I'm cooking maybe some breads for the Lord or some cakes for the Lord. So it's all understanding, like all understanding comes through your own realizations, through your own experiences, and uh through your upbringing. And that's how the acharyas they come to such platform where they write according to their own realization. But our acharyas have given us the sutras. So I'll start reading now. Don't want to bore you guys, but it's just like this is a very important part. We have to have a proper base before we try to understand all this. So mixing Murti Puja and Ashtakali Leela. How a pujari mix it together. Although the subject was briefly mentioned above, now we want to show a clear picture of the most tasty and absorbing practice of combining Thakurji's puja with Ashtakali Leela Smaran. If one has the proper desire and mood, then one can easily link one's daily Murti or Deity Puja with the loving flow of Radha Govind's eternal daily pastimes in Gokul, Vrindavan, the spiritual sky. So, you know what? You can actually start just worshipping your deities and can be considered as a Rag Marg Bhakta. Definitely, when you're worshipping the deities with all these things, you will automatically uplift yourself in the state where you don't have to practically do all that with your mind. So you can do it. So by remembering the entire entries Below, a pujari will be able to link one's Thakurji Seva with Krishna's Nitya Leela. Basically, the pujari will transit between presence and transcendence by linking Leela with the body and mind. Very beautiful, huh? So, pastime at the night end, that is called Nishant Leela. Nishant Leela means Nisha ka Ant. That is 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 3 to 6 a.m. Right? So, Thakurji awakens much before sunrise on the pretext of inviting his pujari servants to awaken him, which they do with the sweetest of the songs and the tinkling of the bell, Mangal Arti. In Goloka, Radha Krishna are resting in the secret bower house after a night of exotic fun in the forest groves along with their Sakhis. When the pujari offers Thakurji a pre-dawn snack of sweets and water, yani ke balya bhoga, it's called balya bhog, simple sweet and water. The Sakhis are offering Radha Madhav a tasty light snack as they launch lazily upon their flower bed. The pujari closes curtain after Thakurji's Aarti ceremony so that Radha Govind Yugal can sneak back to their respective homes, slide into their beds, and pretend to be sleeping right where their parents had left them the night before. So, you see, the Mangala Aarti, why it's so important? Um, like, if you want, I mean, maybe in the future, or I don't know, I mean, if you want, then maybe we can have a quick discussion that our way of Ashtakali Leela Smaran is not Ashtakali Leela Smaran only in Krishna Leela. We have Mahaprabhu's Navdeep Leela as well. So it's like not 3 o'clock, it's 3:30 a.m. actually. 3:30 to 6 a.m. So Mahaprabhu's Ashtakali Leela, how it starts. At the end of the night, upon hearing the pleasant sound made by many birds, such as the cuckoos and the roosters and others, Sri Gaur arises from his bed with his wife, Sri Vishnu Priya. He discussed many topics concerning transcendental mellows of their mutual loving affair, and thus they become very pleased. Then he gets up and goes to another room, wherein he sits upon a raised sitting place and assisted by his devotees in washing his lotus face with the nicely scented water. Therefore, happily visit his mother and Shri Sachi Devi as well as other friends and relatives in the home. And I meditate thus on the daily pastimes of Mahaprabhu like this. So this is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. But then Govinda Leela में the same sutra for for the same Nishant Leela is given by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in this way. At the end of the night, when the Devi, fearing the approach of day, indicates to the Shuka, parrot, Sari, the Shuka and Sari. Shuka is a boy and Sari is a female parrot. And other birds to make sweet sound to awaken Radha Krishna. A cool, gentle, fragrant breeze is slowly blowing. With charming call, the peacocks, pigeons, Shukra Sari, cuckoos glorify Radha Krishna's pastime. They say, Braj Raja, Nandan, O Nikunjeshwari, when will we receive your darshan? Although the divine couple have been aroused by the sweet chirping of the birds, they embrace each other in fear of being separated and again fall asleep, weary from amorous play. The more Vrinda Devi tries to wake them, the more they drowsily pretend to sleep deeply, for they are reluctant to separate. At that time, Khati, the she monkey, her name is Kakati, she loudly chants, Jatila, 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 and they awaken filled with fear. The meaning of Jatila is actually like, the morning has come and the sun rays, which look like matted hair, jata, are about to appear. But it also means Jatila is coming, means Jatila is the mother in law of Radharani. So Jata, Jatila. So Jata means the hair. So sun rays, which look like matted hair, are about to appear. So the Nitya Sakis and the Prana Sakis enter the Nikunja, and these Manjari Sakis help Radha and Krishna to get dressed and put their ornaments in the place, thus concealing the sign of their amorous pastime. After this, they call for the Priya Sakhi and Priya Narma Sakhis, Kishore, Kishori, joke with each other. Ashilita performs their arati, therefore, they proceed to their respective residence. This is one of the examples I've given you how we meditate on both the Leelas of Mahaprabhu and Krishna. Anyways, we are not going to read this right now. Our main focus is to read how a deity worship can be connected to Ashtakali Leela. Right? No doubt. I'm sure, right? So morning pastimes, Pratha Leela. 3:30 to 6 o'clock and then 6 o'clock to 8:30. ठीक है इन यावत एंड नंदीश्वरा Radha and Krishna are awakened by their respective superiors, and Radha Krishna performs their morning duties, brush their teeth, massage, bathe, dress. Then the playful pairs are greeted by their eternal associates who make much celebration of the morning darshan. Similarly, during this time, the pujari will bathe, dress, and feed Thakurji, who will then be greeted by the assembled devotees with arati, singing, chanting, and dancing, which we call Shingar Arti. Shingar Arti ki jai. Then we close the darshan, right? After 7, 8 o'clock. So 8:36 to 10:48. That is called Purvahan Leela. Forenoon pastime. Krishna Govinda meet his Gopa friends and take the cows out to graze in Vrindavan pastoral land. Although Thakurji stays in the temple, actually Thakurji is out frolic, frolicking in the meadows of Braja. And Radha watches her Praneshwar depart for the pastures and feels very sad in Krishna's absence. Returning home, Radha plans how to later meet Shyam in the forest. Similarly, the devotees take Thakurji morning darshan and leave for their duties. Although saddened in Thakurji's absence, the devotees are planning when they can return for another blissful darshan of Thakurji and Radha Raman Giridhari. Then we have a Madhyan Leela, Purvahan Leela, and then Madhyan Leela. That is a midday pastime. So at noon, out in the forest, Krishna and the boys enjoy a big meal, Rajbhog, sent to him by Yashodama. Krishna's many friends and servants enjoy his remnants, Mahaprasad. Thakurji in the temple is served in the same way. Although Thakurji eats in private, afterwards he meets the devotees and gives them his remnant. While Krishna's friends rest under a shady tree, he slips away to the Kunja for a midday thrust and little nap with Radhaji and the Sakhis. Since no one should see this, the Pujari closes the curtain. So Thakurji can rest and enjoy his Leela within his private chamber, such that deity room. Okay? So that the time is 10:46 a.m. to 3:36 p.m. So 6 hours, like like completely. Then afternoon pastime. Afternoon pastime is Aprahan Leela. ठीक है मध्यान्ह अपराहन पूर्वाहन अपराहन और मध्यान्ह. So मध्यान्ह अपराहन लीला starts at 3:36 to 6 o'clock. In the temple, when 4:30 we open the door, we call it a Vaikalika Aarti. ठीक है, like we have Shringar Aarti, we have Balbhog Aarti at 8:30. Then we have another Aarti that is at 12 o'clock, Raj 12:30, like 12 o'clock, Rajbhog Aarti. Then 4:30 we have Vaikalika Aarti. So before long, Krishna wakes up and rejoins his cowherd boyfriends, collecting the cows. The boys sing and dance while walking back to Braj. Nandamama watches from the Goshala and Yashoda stands innocuously in the door, ready with the snack for her Lala. Similarly, the Pujari wakes Thakurji, offers him fruit and sweets, and opens the DT door so all the devotees can see their beloved once again. So, like the 4:30 to 6 o'clock timing is actually more like a time for Goduli. Huh? The Lord is coming back. Dusk pastimes. Shayana, that is a Shayana Leela. ठीक है? That's 6 o'clock to 8:30. इसका तो like example, uh, what's the name? Our Kalavati Mataji knows it very well. Yashoda Maiya, Khol Kivadiya, Lala Ayo, Gaye Rachaya, Gaye Charai. Ayo Gaye Charai, Lala, Ayo Gaye Charai. So this particular Leela, during this particular time, this particular thing happens, but how the Pujari has to correlate. In Goloka, Krishna is pampered by Yashoda and attended by his male servants who prepare him for his evening pastimes at home. Krishna thoroughly enjoyed the evening meal with much joking and laughter, sharing boundless love with the assembled family members who participate. Similarly, the Pujari excused Thakurji once again from the devotees darshan by closing the curtain. Then they personally attend to Thakurji by washing off the dust of the day, offering fresh, comfortable clothes, and letting him relax for his evening meal. Actually, you'll be very surprised to know that this particular thing happens only in one of the temples of ISKCON, where they put the dresses in the morning on the Lord. Then again, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock before darshan opens, they change the dresses of the Lord. Because according to them, the Lord has come back from Gocharan Leela and we have to change the clothes. I don't know which temple, but Prabhupada has started this. Krishna and Balram, they have come back. So they should, their clothes should be changed. We have to bathe them again. And you would be very surprised to know one time Prabhupada said, there was 4:30, they wanted to wake up the Lord. And they said, no, 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 Krishna Balram, they're very tired from yesterday's, they played a lot. So you just let them sleep. And I think he did the Aarti for like 4, 5 days or 6 days at 5:30 in the morning. That is called Raganuga Bhakti. So he changed the rule in the temple for some time. But he said, okay, okay, now you please start waking them at 4:30 only. So evening pastime is the Pradosh Leela, that is 8:36 to 10:48 p.m. And as Krishna is enjoying majestic shows of talent and skills, is the Royal Theatre of Nandishwara. The temple devotees are singing and dancing for Thakurji's pleasure. Before Thakurji takes rest, the priests bring him his evening repast and warm milk, such as his mother Yashoda faithfully does in Gokul. For Ma, happiness, Krishna drifts off to sleep. Right? Similarly, in the temple, Thakurji is soothed by affectionate lullabies of his faithful devotees. And just before his eyelids drop, the pujaris close the curtain to take Thakurji to his resting quarter. So you see, even the bhoga is also offered in the same way. I'll tell you how. The night pastime is Nisha Leela. That is, Nisha Leela starts 10:48 to 3:36 a.m. Thakurji's temple is closed, the pujari goes home, and unseen by all, Thakurji Rasraj Sham sneaks out again to join the cowherd girls for a night of rasa, dancing, forest rambling, and a sweet slumber. As Yashoda, who believes Lalaji is sleeping behind in his room, is completely unaware of what Krishna is really doing online. Thakurji's devotees cannot even imagine what fun and bliss their worshipable Ishtadev is enjoying through the long night behind the closed doors. Thus, the devotees take rest, praying to dream of being with the serving Thakurji throughout the blissful night until the auspicious time of Mangala Arati. In this way, one can combine Thakurji's puja with Radha Krishna's Ashtakali Leela in the sweet land of eternal loving play, Gokul Vrindavan. Summary of Vedi and Raganuga Sadhana. What is the main difference between Vedi and Raganuga Sadhana is? It is different, it's a difference in the attitude and approach towards Sri Krishna. Both sadhaka chant Hare Krishna, preach Krishna consciousness, worship, serve, and meditate upon Bhagwan Shri Krishna. The Vedi Bhakta worship Krishna to attain Krishna and go back home, back to Godhead. However, the Raganuga Bhakta worship Sri Krishna to attain Radharani and her eternal seva in any plane of existence. See, this is the difference. So the following verse of Pramodhananda Saraswati exactly depicts the inner world, aspiration and meditation of the Raganuga sadhaka while practicing Krishna consciousness. Dhyayam satam sikhi pichmolim anisham tan nama sankirtanayam nityam tach charan ambujam परिचारम्स तद मंत्र वर्यम जपम श्री राधा पाद दास्यम एव परमा भीष्टम हृदा धारयम कारहि श्याम तद अनुग्रहेण परमोद भूता राघोस्वधाव. I always meditate on Radha Krishna wearing a crown of peacock feather, sing Krishna's name in Sankirtan, worship Krishna's lotus feet, Archamurti, and repeat his best Diksha mantra, such as Gopal mantra, while all the time holding the highest aspiration in my heart to attain the service of Radha's lotus feet. Radha Rasudanidhi 2.259. Here the great Acharya mentioned three essential limbs of Bhakti sadhana, namely Kirtan, Smaran, and Archanam. These things are very important. Kirtan means chanting, Smaran means dhyana, and the Archan means puja, devotion. So the Vedic sadhaka performs Kirtan while remembering and praying to Krishna for his mercy and seva. Does Smaran while thinking of Krishna's form, qualities, and pastimes, and worship Thakurji while thinking of his comfort and happiness. All the limbs of bhakti are directed towards Sri Krishna with the positive mentality of pleasing him. However, as the Saraswati path states above, the Raganuga sadhaka does the same sadhana but with the different mood and angle of vision. In short, the Vedi sadhaka worships Krishna while thinking of Krishna to attain Krishna, whereas the Raganuga sadhak worships Krishna while thinking of Radha to attain Radha. So, yeah, very important point. Huh? The Raganuga sadhaka does the same sadhana but with a different mood and angle of vision. In short, the Vedi sadhaka worship Krishna while thinking of Krishna to attain Krishna, whereas the Raganuga sadhaka worship Krishna while thinking of Radha to attain Radha. The Vedi sadhaka chants Krishna Nam Japa while praying, O Radha, please give me Krishna's service. The Raganuga sadhak also chant, the Vedi sadhak says, O Radharani, please put me in the service of Krishna. Like, how we say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Vedi Bhakta, they think that Hare Krishna or Radharani put me in the service of Krishna. However, the Raganuga sadhak also chant Krishna Nam Japa, but he or she is praying, O Krishna, please engage me in the service of Shriji, soft and sweet lotus feet. Hare Krishna, O Krishna, Radharani ke Krishna. Hare Krishna, O Radharani Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. O Krishna, Krishna, please give me Radharani, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, O Raman, O Radharani ke Raman. Hare Ram, O Radharani ke Raman, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. O Raman, please put me in the service of Radharani. Like, I told you on another mantra that is, well, that we chant every often. Shama Sundar, Shikanda Shekhar, Smara Hasya, Murli Manohar, Radhika Rasik Mam Kripanidhe, Sadevi Charanan Kinkiram Guru. Ki, oh Krishna, you're so beautiful, you're so amazing, Shikanda Shekhar, Smara Hasya, what a smile you have, Murli Manohar. With your Murli, you just take the heart of everybody. Now, please put me in the service of Radharani. So, here we are not minimizing the supremacy of Krishna, but we are actually showing the supremacy of Radharani. Sorry, diminishing the supremacy of Krishna, but we are actually uplifting, or we can showing the supremacy of Radharani. So, O Krishna, please engage me in the service of Sriji's soft and sweet lotus feet. Thus, one can easily see the difference lies in mentality, attitude, and feeling, and not in the external practices. The special mercy for Raganuga Sadhaka. Devotee practicing Raganuga Bhajan receive a special type of eagerness and guidance which is not available on the path of Vaidhi Bhakti. Our Gaudiya Vaishnava Mahajans explain it thus. The practice of Raganuga Bhakti itself produces a special type of tasty relish and eagerness that inspires and drives the sadhaka enthusiastically forward on the path of Raganuga Bhajan. Okay, a very important point. The practice of Raganuga Bhakti itself produces a special type of tasty relish and eagerness that aspires and drives the sadhaka enthusiastically forward on the path of Raganuga Bhajan. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad explains those devotees who are specially attracted to the ecstasy of Brajvasi, thus perform Raganuga Bhajan, will attain an abundant flood Ogham of eagerness suitable for practicing Raganuga Bhajan. Sadhane Rataha Sad Yogayam Anu Ragaham Papaya. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments the word Anuragam means eagerness in bhajan and not the fifth stage of Krishna Prema, which can only be experienced in a spiritual body. Okay? So Raganuga Sadhaka also receives special inputs and direction regarding how to increase one's raga and improve one's practice. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, when sacred greed for Braj Bhav appears in the heart, the Raganuga Bhakti sadhak become enlightened in different ways. To prove this, Chakravarti Pad cites Srimad Bhagavatam 11 Canto 29th and 6th verse, in which Uddhav Maharshi says, Sri Krishna revealed himself to his devotees through the Guru or Paramatma. Acharya Chaitya Vapushaha Swagatim Ayanakti Vyanakti, sorry. Swagatim Vyanakti means Krishna himself inspired if anybody is eager to have such kind of bhakti. Commenting on this, Vishnu Chakravarti Pad says the Raganuga Sadhaka receives knowledge about the feeling of Krishna and his Braj associates from the mouth of one's Guru Mukha, and from the advanced devotee Anuragi Bhakta Mukhat. And for some specially pure sadhakas, this knowledge is directly revealed in their heart. Chittaviti Swata Eva Spuriteshu. Then the Raganuga sadhaka will become extremely enlivened to attain one's desired feelings. Ullasam Atishayena Pravritti Kamo Upaya. One should note that even the Raganuga sadhak must be advanced in bhakti, very pure in consciousness to receive direct inner guidance from the Paramatma. This is not a whimsical principle wherein any neophyte Raganugia can say, I got inspired by Krishna to meditate like this or render such and such seva. Mental projection, personal agendas, and mental aspirations may very well be mixed in any beginners Paramatma inspired revelations. A sadhaka will attain success in bhajan by always being under the guidance of a anuragi jananugami or anuragi raganuga bhakta. ठीक है? Then one fine day in the future, when one is elevated and pure in consciousness, the Raganuga sadhaka may feel, move, and act completely under the direction of the benevolent Rasraj Shri Krishna, patiently waiting within the heart of all the six. Hari Bol. This is the completion of chapter 6. So you see how Pujari can easily meditate on Ashtakali Leela Smaran. We can do like by, with the offering also. See, there are so many ways to do that. Suppose if you're doing a arti, so especially when you're doing a Mangla arti, suppose you don't have time to do anything, you are just doing artis for the Lord, है ना? You want to meditate on Ashtakali Leela, then in that case, for Mangla arti, you can use the most smallest and the most sweetest bell to wake up the Lord. Why? Because you know that the Lord just got up. So when somebody you want to wake up somebody, you put a very big alarm. But that used to happen before. Now, if you see in your phone, every alarm will start with a very sweet sound. Tee tee, tee tee, tee tee, tee tee, tee tee, like that. So, but we know our Lordship is our everything. So with the bell, simple bell, we are waking up the Lord. Please get up. फिर then after waking him up, doing the Mangla Aarti, then chant your rounds, and then you do the puja. After bathing the Lord and doing the puja, then you do the Shingar Aarti. And when Shingar Aarti, the Lord should be seen with lot of noise and lot of sound. So then we can see, we can have a bigger bell and we can do just the Chamar Aarti, that Lord get refreshed because everything is already been offered. All the Shoresh Upchar Puja is already done in behind the curtains, right? Then you know that the Krishna has to go. So another then Bal Bhog Aarti is the time when Bhagavatam is going on. So the Pujari is always using very small bell for that. But that time you can use whatever kind of bell you want to use, right? But when you're doing a क्या नाम है, your afternoon Aarti, which is called Rajbhog Aarti. In Rajbhog Aarti, one ingredient is extra, one item is extra. That is what? Karpura Niranjanam. Karpura Niranjanam means Karpur. Because Bhagwan, when he eats, the smell of the food is there in an environment and all. And that's why we burn the Kapur to remove that fragrance of the food also from the altar. And also it takes away the whole negativity and everything. Or Kapur sometimes we use to take away द दृष्टि नजर ना लग जाए भगवान को उसके लिए भी यूज करते हैं you know and then वही kalika like in that simple aarti can also be there just like simple because Lord has come and in some of the leelas the Lord has taken bath and changed his clothes so just the incense and fan because everything is done otherwise Bhagwan comes back and he's very thirsty and he wants something refreshing. So we can offer juices to the Lord. Like, food ka I'll tell you later. Like this is like, in the evening also, the aarti is happening and it should be grand aarti. But when you're putting the Lord to sleep, again you can use a very simple bell, very light bell, which is like not very, which is not hurting the Lord's ear. And Lord, you sleep. There's a friend of mine, every day, I don't know whether he still does or not, but earlier he used to do every day, he used to go to Baki Berry temple and like with his 7 8 students or 10 students, they will all sing so ja so ja re sham so ja माँ तुझको सुलाती है. And they all are singing it without any mridang, without any kartal, and they're all singing very sweetly, not shouting. And like everybody is hearing already in the compartment, or in the courtyard. Everybody is listening to them singing, and they're singing with a lot of bhav, but not with tan 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 ting 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 ting. No. Same way, if you want to offer like the bhoga in the morning when the Lord gets up, he likes to eat something sweet and water. So you can offer sweet and water. After the Lord has been bathed, I told you the Naivedya means sweets, nuts, or fruits, not like aloo ke parathe, you know. And when Bhagwan is going for the Gochar and Leela, and before that the Bal Bhog is there, then in the temple we offer puri, halwa, and sabzi. So you can also offer parathe or some puri or something heavy to the Lord. And then in the afternoon, of course, what the concept of Raj Bhog is that one person is, or two, three Matajis or two, three Pujaris are cooking, right? Two, three Pujaris are cooking multiple items for the Lord. But in actuality, everybody brings something from home, and then they offer to Krishna, and Krishna accepts whatever, you know, Sridham, Sudham, Stoka Krishna, Vishal, you know, all these people are bringing. So he shares with them. So as I said, in the evening also 6 o'clock, Krishna is very hungry. Of course, he comes back and he had juices and all, but then Rashoda Maya actually make Krishna takes out the milk of the cows. So while he's doing it, he's already feeling hungry. But some of the gopis they come and they say, "Hey Krishna, our cows are not giving milk. क्या इतने में एक सखी सावली मेहलत पहुंची आए तुम बिन देना दूध हमारी गैया रही अलमाए," something like this. She's getting mad and she's not giving milk to us. So then what the person does? Then what Krishna does? Krishna Jai, he goes to the house of the gopi and takes out the milk, and half milk he puts there and half milk he drinks. So that is another way of offering. Of course, everything should be offered to Krishna and Braj. But then we what we do in the Sandhya Bhog, we offer something heavy, like puri, halwa, again in the evening, 6 o'clock. Then in the night, Krishna cannot have very heavy, like because he already had everything. So we offer him very sweet milk along with some sweets which he can have, and he can go back to nice sleep. I hope I've not spoken too much and I didn't bore you guys, right? So, anyways, whatever discussion we had with Peter Radhesham, Vardai, Krishna Balam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, and Anant Koti Vaishnavin to give us the blessing so that we can always remain situated in our Swarup as a servant of Krishna and engage ourselves in the service of divine couple with our mind, body, and words, right? And attain the goal of life, that is
Radha Dasa.
Radha Dasya. Vanchakar Patrubhesha. Kripa Sindhu Bhavya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Any doubt, question, comment? Kalauti Bhatta, you want to say something?
No, Prabhuji.
Was I clear enough?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Kailashvasi, you want to say something?
No, 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 Guruji. No.
Ananda, you are there? Mananda Prabhu, you want to speak something? Okay.
No, Prabhu.
No, you understood the class, right?
प्रभुजी प्रभुजी
Yes.
बस एक बात मैं आपसे पूछना कहना चाह रही थी या पूछना चाह रही थी व्हाटएवर कि जैसे मॉर्निंग में उठाते हैं ना
हम्म
तो अब घर में तो जैसे हमारे को पता है मेरा घर कैसा है तो वहीं पे ठाकुर जी है वहीं पे नानी सोती रहती हैं तो अगर मैं रिंग करूं बेल को तो वो उठ
हाँ.
जाती है डिस्टर्ब हो जाती हैं देन व्हाट टू डू
Just tickle your bell like this. Turn. बस खत्म बात.
अच्छा ठीक है
एक बार बस. तभी
Okay.
मैंने बोला, we should, that's what I'm saying. We should have 3 kinds of well in our house.
Hmm.
One is the big bell for ton, 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 right?
Hmm.
One middle well to offer the bhoga. Because
Okay.
we don't have to make a lot of noise when we're offering the bhoga.
Hmm.
And one the smallest bell just to wake up the Lord and to put him to sleep.
And the biggest bell
For aartis.
for us. Okay.
समझ रहे हो?
Okay. Okay.
For archan or for aarti, whatever.
Okay. Okay.
ठीक है?
ठीक है.
Mananda, you want to say something? Mahananda Prabhu.
No, Prabhu.
No,
No,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. No, Prabhu. Thank you, bro.
Your doubt got clear, right?
Yes, Prabhu. It's an amazing class.
So now the class was reading session.